You've likely heard by now that the New York Mets will be moving their Triple-A baseball team to Syracuse, taking ownership of the local Chiefs. The current plan is 2019, but the Mets could also potentially take over the team from the Washington Nationals for 2018. There are plenty of Mets fans in Syracuse, and plenty of Mets fans that are also fans of the Syracuse Orange. Hi. So while we may all be familiar with one another, there's also this lingering worry about Sue catching some Mets. Again, I'm a fan of both teams, and I know exactly what that affliction entails, along with our own separate issues too. But moving on, in any case, with the Mets coming to town soon, what's the best way to welcome them to Syracuse? We come up with a welcome kit, pile of leaves. When the Mets show up to a Syracuse football game, they'll probably be wondering why it's so easy to find seats at the Dome. This helps them fit in with the locals by getting a built-in excuse to avoid the game instead. Prison City Mass Riot IPA. Of course the Mets know beer. They have one of the best beer selections in the major leagues down at Citi Field. But when they arrive in central New York, might as well introduce them to the best the area has to offer too. Mass Riot's the pick as maybe the region's best brew. Dome nachos. The Mets know food too, but this is just a warning for some of the stadium fare they'll be in for. Jim Boeheim Big Head. A staple at Syracuse basketball games, this would be a welcome addition to Chiefs games too, if it doesn't already make some guest appearances too. The Mets also need to know who runs the city they're walking into. With the Big Head, he can keep an eye on the proceedings. 1000 Wins t-shirt. Fitting in, and it's already in their colors. They just need to know how to count without getting influenced by the faulty math of others. Salt. Just to prep themselves for Boeheim pressers in advance. Bologna. Introducing them to a Syracuse coach's culinary tradition that will need to be picked up by any manager of the Chiefs.